Hello, this is Enterprise Television News Headlines. I'm Kemi Homoshebi. The Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) has called for the abolition of shell banks in the country, saying they serve as an institutions for money laundering. Shell banks are institutions that carry out activities where they are not licensed. The CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele made a request in Abuja on Tuesday at a public hearing. He said that the shell banks, apart from being used for money laundering, they can distort the banking system and might pose a problem to regulatory agencies. The U.S. on Tuesday urged Nigeria to create an enabling environment for processing of agricultural products to encourage sales of such products in the international market. The Acting Director on Economic Regional Affairs, Ari Sullivan, made a call in the teleconference with journalists organized by the Public Affairs section of the U.S. Embassy. He said that Nigerians' over-dependence on oil could hinder the economic growth, therefore there was need for diversification. The President's African Development Bank, Akumi Adesina, said that the Japan International Cooperation Agency has signed a $700 million loan agreement with African Development Fund. Mr. Adesina said this in the statement made available to the news agency of Nigeria on Tuesday in Abuja. He said that the loan will provide the ADF with resources to support recipient countries during the ADF 14 period from January 1, 2017 to December 31, 2019. Now in Zimbabwe, the Movement for Democratic Change National Youth Assembly has demanded the immediate resignation of President Emmerson Mnangagwa, saying he has failed to govern the country and turn around the economy. The youth chairperson Apimo Chiziva told journalists on Tuesday during a press conference that Mnangagwa lacks direction and vision on how to turn Zimbabwe. The world's third largest economy expanded at an annualized rate of 0.5% in the quarter against analysts' forecast of 0.9%, but it is still the country's 8th consecutive quarter of growth, the longest streak since the late 1980s. The GDP figures compare with annualized growth of 2.2% in the previous quarter. Annualized growth rates represent a value of growth if the quarter-on-previous quarter rate of the change were maintained for a full year. Moving down to sports. European multinational company Puma has said it is positioned for strong future growth after breaking through the €4 billion sales barrier for the first time and impending restructuring at the German sportswear company. Puma has reported its full-year financial figures for 2017, with all regions posting double-digit growth, allowing the firm to increase its sales by 14% to €4.136 billion. This allowed Puma's operating result to improve significantly from €128 to €245 million year on year. And that's it on Enterprise News Headline.